Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Viking Hockey on CCTV. My name is Bill Dooley, and tonight we have assistant coach Mike Stebbins with us. Mike, new season?
Yeah, it's pretty new. Yeah, we're underway.
The Vikings, the young Vikings, are 4-0 to start the season.
How about that, huh?
Hey, that's
Who
great.
thought?
That's right.
Yeah.
And looking pretty good in the non-conference games.
Yeah.
They had a big victory down in Big Rapids on the 131 Challenge, Cup Challenge.
Yeah.
But looking at this team, at 4-0, kind of a young team, what is some of the positives you can take out of those first 4 games?
Well, you know, the boys, a couple of things. They really battle hard, and we talk a lot about being competitive. Every shift, every game, never taking a shift off. And by gosh, they've got that down. You know? So every time they're out on the ice, they really compete real well. So I'd say that's probably the thing we're the happiest about right now.
You look at 19 goals for, 5 goals against. Yeah. That's impressive. Defensively, when you look at this team, looking at Noah Scott as the goaltender first, tell us a little bit about Noah and then the defensive core and what you see there.
Well, Noah's just a great athlete, and as you know, he's our backup goaltender last year, and he played out for us as well. So for him to step in there full time this year, you know, we didn't know exactly what we'd get, and by gosh, we're really pleasantly surprised. That's as good goaltending as we've seen in a long time in Cadillac, and we've had some great goaltenders here.
Absolutely. Yeah. Defensively, who's some of the pairings there? What are you looking at there?
So we've been putting some of our veterans with some of our younger guys, right? And, you know, of course, Levi Rowan, I mean, he's really come into his own, and we watched him develop since he was a squirt. Levi's really the anchor of our defense. Ryan Pendrick is playing as well as I've ever seen him play in 10 years. And, you know, we've got Tanner Christensen's been a real pleasant surprise. He probably put 4 or 5 more inches on. And
yeah, he's like 6'3" right now.
He's a big boy.
Yeah.
And playing real well, playing real aggressively. Jack Valise, who just joined the varsity club, playing real well. Keenan Kalarick is one of our veterans. So we've got a good mix of old and young back there on the blue line. It's working out real well for us.
That's great.
Yeah.
Looking at the offensive side, there's some talent up and down that.
Yeah.
Mostly, though, you see a lot of kids that are maybe more of a grinding type style.
Yeah.
But, you know, what do you see offensively for this team?
Well, we've been mixing the lines around a lot. We're really settling in on some line pairings right now, at least early in the season. And, you know, Jordan is playing real well with Gabe and young Mike Gussert. That's working out real well. And Brock Taylor centering the kind of the second line, if you will.
Sophomore, right?
Yeah, Brock, and he's first year on the varsity club, and he's with Cam Leetart and Max Stebbins. They're playing real well.
Okay.
And you know, after that, we're really mixing it up, moving guys around a lot, and but everybody's competing real hard, and they're starting to follow the systems.
That's great.
Yeah.
The Vikings have 9 seniors on the team, a lot of sophomores, and that group of sophomores, they've been playing what since there have been mites or squirts, something like that?
Yeah, we've watched them come along, and now I'm starting to see the little brothers or the older brothers come in, and you know how that goes, Bill. You've seen it too, and but just all the kids are playing their hearts out and starting to follow the systems for us, and we're winning, so that's great.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay, the Alpena Wildcats coming tonight. That's the Big North opener for you guys. They're a young team. They've lost Jesse Ballure, their outstanding netminder. What is the game plan that you are kind of looking at for the Vikings to attack the Wildcats?
So you know, we work a lot on real simple systems. We got a 1-2-2 forecheck. We do the 1-2-2 in the neutral zone. You know, in the D zone, we have a real simple system, but we try to keep things real simple, especially in a Big North contest, and especially with a team like Alpena, because they're going to bring it. They're going to bring a physical game. They are here to win, and they're going to make their presence known. So we don't want to overthink it, Bill. You know, sometimes the game plan goes right out the window, and you're just going to have to compete. We worked a lot on penalty kill and on power play this week. We're thinking there might be a little action in the box.
There's a little history between Cadillac and Alpena as far as the penalties go.
So we're going to keep it simple, but we want to compete, and we want to play real hard tonight, and we're going to rely a lot on Noah Scott.
Well, great. All right, Coach. Well, we wish the Vikings luck tonight, and we'll be back in just a moment with the Viking hockey action. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to CCTV. We are at the Wex here, and just momentarily we'll get started with the game. Bill Dooley here, along with Derek Graham, bringing you the action of tonight's game. The Alpena Wildcats are going to be facing off against the Cadillac Vikings. And we are waiting for the scorers table to introduce the starting lineups tonight. And Derek, I think they're going to go with the national anthem first here instead of the introductions.
First for the visiting Wildcats. At forward, number 3, Rhett Limbach.
At forward, number 3, Rhett Limbach.
At forward, number 4, Zach Kenzorowski.
At forward, number 4, Zach Kenzorowski. At forward, number 20, Joey Bracken.
On defense, number 22, Nick Baranier.
At defense, number 22, Nick Baranier. And number 24, Ryan Spencer.
Number 30, Trevor McDonald.
And the goalie, number 30, Trevor McDonald. Coaches Pete Dobeck.
Tony Thompson and Alec Dubeck.
All right, Derek, you've got the Cadillac Vikings.
At forward, number 6, Mike Gussert.
At forward, number 12, Jordan Adlam.
At forward, number 12, Jordan Adlam.
At forward, number 14, Gabe Gisha.
And at forward, number 14, Gabe Gishaw.
Number 17, Ryan Pendrick.
At defense, number 17, Ryan Pendrick. Also at D, number 19, Tanner Christensen. And in goal for your Cadillac Vikings, number 1, Noah Scott. Head coach, Scott Graham.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you would stand.
All right, ready for our national anthem?
The national anthem.
Of our national anthem.
Thank you, ladies.
And that was the Gisha girls on that. They did a beautiful job. The referees tonight, see if we can get, I think they'll give us our referees in just a moment here. The Vikings coming in at 4-0, and this is the Big North opener for both teams. What are you looking at for both teams, Derek, you know, as far as getting off to a fast start? What are some of the keys?
Yeah, I'd like to see Cadillac get off here to a good forecheck, really establish the in-zone play off that forecheck, and look to get a few shots on that early.
Yeah, Alpena comes in with 3 goaltenders, and they are starting Trevor McConnell tonight, and they are playing last year. Jesse Ballure, who was their outstanding netminder, is now graduated, so McConnell will take over the reins at least for tonight's game. All right, the Vikings, who are going to be defending the north end of the WEX to our left. Glad you could join us here for Viking hockey on the all-new 93.7 FM, The Ticket. And we are under action here for the WEX. The Vikings, Ryan Pendrick, dumps that in wide of the net. They're going to get him for an icing right off the bat. He did not gain the red line.
Yeah, I really like to see him get that red there, but you know, that's how it goes sometimes. So hopefully next time he doesn't make that same mistake there.
And also you've got that the jitters, you know, when you're starting a big game like this for both teams. So Vikings will hope to settle it down here. Okay, Christensen fires it around the board. Gabe Gisha cannot get it out. Vikings are working hard right along the blue line. Cleared out to center. Wildcats take over. Limbeck comes up the ice, down the left side. Limbeck with some speed. He fires a shot. Nice play there by Pendrick to block that one. Vikings up past Gussard. He can't hold it in. There's a shot wide of the net by Baranier. Wildcats dump it in behind the net. Going back is Ryan Pendrick. He'll change up the direction to Tanner Christensen. Christensen will retreat behind his net. Up to Pendrick. Pendrick at the blue line. Good forecheck there by number 14. That's Zach Adrian. Pendrick will just dump it in over the blue line. Back to get it is Mike Thompson. Kept in nicely there by Stebbins. Out front, wide open. There's a shot. Good save there by McConnell. That was Brock Taylor, number 13. Up the boards now. First one to it is going to be Cam Cosbit. Cosbit just clears the line. The Vikings, that was some good forecheck. And Adrian will dump it in. Going after it is Jacob Hemp. The Vikings along the board. Stebbins has that one. It's kicked. Stolen in the middle of the ice. And he'll just play it behind the net. The Vikings, number 7, Cam Leotard. Back to Levi Rowan for the Vikings. Max Stebbins down low. He's checked by number 20. Now Levi's going to change up some direction here and get it up to Max Stebbins. Stebbins with the backhand. Still, the Vikings don't clear the zone. They're having a little trouble here. Good forecheck by the Wildcats. Vikings are on the change. That one's going to be waved off because Alpena did not play it. Number 10 is Rhett McDonald for the Wildcats. McDonald up the right side, being chased there by Jamie Castillo. That puck is right at center ice, so the Wildcats will shoot it in behind the net. And Ryan Pendrick will go back and start the attack. Right up the middle of the ice for Pendrick. Pass up to Castillo. Castillo over the blue line. He's got Whalen right there. Whalen with the shot. Scored on the rebound! Riley Whalen with that goal, number 18. And it was set up by Castillo coming over the blue line. Great job by the Vikings.
Yeah, that's really a nice goal there. Get over the blue line, put a shot low far pad, drive the net, and able to bury the rebound home there. Great job by Cadillac.
Vikings were having trouble there, Derek, getting it out of their own zone for quite a while, but then when they broke the zone, they made it count. We'll wait for the official score on that one. We're back to action. Quinn Kaspriak putting the forecheck on for the Vikings. Zach Adrian will get it behind the net to McDonald. McDonald up the middle. Alpena moving up over the line, trying to get around Christensen. He gives him a shove. Christensen behind the net. At the point, Nick Baranier. He'll put it in deep to Adrian. Adrian with Christensen forechecking him. There's a centering play, and that's just off the stick of Alpena. Riley Whalen does get the goal. All right, good start there by the Vikings. Whalen and Castillo. Castillo is a senior, and I think Riley is also, isn't he, Derek, a senior?
Yes,
okay.
I believe so there.
Doc Whalen's going to be happy to see that. He's been around Cadillac hockey for a long time. All right, back to the action. Alpena in the zone deep. Nice checking there by the Vikings, and that's going to be held on by Noah Scott. So we got a face-off coming up here. It's 1-0 here in the first period with 13:36 to go. Whalen from Castillo on the first goal. Good crowd here at the Wex. That one is just hammered wide by the Wildcats. Konjorski forechecking well for Alpena. That one is stolen away. Dumped back behind the net. Vikings will try it again. In the middle, that's another forecheck. The Vikings are a little sloppy on the breakout. Levi Rowan will just flip this one high in the air, taken there at the blue line. Knocked in, it's onside now. Alpena will go for a change. The Vikes almost had that one picked off right at the blue line. Alpena will start at the blue. Levi Rowan with it. He'll turn in his own zone. Up the boards. Oh, hammered long there. Could be an interference call. We'll wait for the referee. Now they're going to call it a rough. He never really got a chance, Derek, to get a shot at that puck, did he?
No, he didn't really. He kind of impeded his progress there before he was able to get to that puck, and ensued interference call. So let's see what Cadillac has to offer here on the power play.
All right, that penalty will go to number 17. That's Austin Gerard for Alpena. So the Vikes have Jordan Adlam, Mike Gussert, Gabe Gisha, Pendrick, and Christensen out as their 5-man unit. Hard to see the numbers on some of the Alpena players. Adlam holds on to it, over to Christensen. It was on his offhand there. That one's deflected out front. First one to it is Alpena, and they'll drive it down the ice. Cadillac power play underway. The Vikings with the early 1-0 lead. Derek Graham and Bill Dooley here. Tanner Christensen. Little pass up the boards to Gussert. That one's taken away. Vikings are having trouble just with that transition from their blue out to center ice. That one's dumped down by the Vikings, and Alpena will fire it around the boards. Right on the ice is Levi Rowan on the change, and that one is deflected in by the Vikings. That one is kept in. A nice acrobatic move there by Cam Leotard to jump up in the air. Puck is now deep in the Viking zone. We've got 54 seconds left in the power play. Vikings are waiting for their players to get set. That one is taken by Brock Taylor, and nice back check there by Alpena. Coming over the line, there's a shot. McConnell will hold on to it. There was a little bit of a rebound. Stebbins is there trying to pick something up there. So far, power play. What are you thinking, Derek?
Again, Cadillac taking opportunity there to throw it on net, and goaltender leaves a rebound. I think they should really look to keep doing that if the goaltender is going to continue to get up those rebounds.
Cadillac has not really established a good presence on their power play in the zone. And Alpena once again will clear the zone. That was number 3, Limback. Vikings will start it off again with Levi Rowan. Number 13 for the Cadillac, that's Brock Taylor. Over line, offside. Keenan Clark had it, and it looked like it was Max Stebbins on the far side, just a little bit offside. And the referees are discussing something right here, but the faceoff will be outside the blue line. Waylon Kaspriak and Castillo. Those are the two that connected on the first goal. The Vikings will drive it behind the net, almost bounced out. And that one's out of play, so there'll be a quick timeout, and the Vikings will have a face-off deep in the zone. We have 3 seconds left on the power play. One of the things they have to watch out too, Derek, is that guy coming out of the box and a quick stretch pass out to him. Yeah, important face-off here. You really want to win it to kind of take out that guy coming out of the box being a factor here. So let's see what Cadillac can do with this draw. Kaspriak in the corner. Castillo, he puts it back to the point. Full strength now. Play is in behind the net. Number 15 with the puck for Alpena. That's Jansen Sadler. Here's a centering pass by the Vikings. Alpena will shoot it down the ice. We got an icing coming up. And with 10:32 to go here in the first period, the Vikings will have a face-off deep in the Wildcat zone. It's 1-0 Vikings on an early goal by Riley Whalen. Quinn Kaspriak taking the face-off. Pendrick tries to shoot it in. Kaspriak has it. Whalen put it out in front. Castillo was right there. Good job defensively by Alpena. Christensen towards Kaspriak. Whalen fighting in front of the net for position on it. And now Zach Adrian up the middle. Good back check there by, that was Castillo, and he dumps it back in the net. The Vikings will change on the fly. Coming up with some speed right now for Alpena. That's number 24, Ryan Spencer, going wide, still holding on to it. Spencer back to the blue line, hands it off. The Vikings read it well, and they'll take over right now. That's 16, Kaspriak, right through the middle of the ice. He's going wide on the D. Kaspriak still holding. He's got Gustard out in front. Puck is loose. And it looks like the net's off its mooring. And I don't know, Derek, do you see who knocked that one off?
Did not catch that. It looks like the faceoff's going to be held inside, so it must have been Cadillac defender there.
Okay. Vikings will send Gustert, Adlam, and Gisha. They're going to kick the Alpena center out because somebody encroached on the circle, so Limbeck will come in and take the draw. Up the boards and clearing the zone is Alpena. Coming in is Zach Konjorski. Konjorski with the shot just wide of the net. Alpena will send it back to Branye. He did not get much of that one, and the Vikings will try and clear it. Gussert. That was Jack Valise that just handled the puck. First time I think we've called him tonight. Jordan Allen with the good wrister. McConnell will make the save, and he'll cover up. Good job by Jordan just to get that part of that puck on net low.
Yeah, absolutely. Cadillac really, once they're able to get out of their zone, look really good tonight. It's just a couple times trouble to get it out of their zone, but once they're able to do that, they're really bringing the pressure on Alpena. Let's look to see how they try to defend this going forward.
9 minutes to go here in the first period. Vikings have had quite a bit of time in the Wildcat zone. Behind the net now for the Wildcats. He'll just flip it high in the air. The Vikings, nice play there, but Keenan Clark lost it. Coming down the left side is number 20. That's Joey Bracken. Far side, Rister, big rebound. Baranye with the shot that never got through. Konjorski going after it with Farley. Konjorski now behind the net. Pendrick will send it up the right side. Kept in by Nick Baranye. That one is high and over the net, went through a maze of players. McDonald dumps it down deep for Alpena. Alpena with a good forecheck going here. Konjorski in the corner. Over to Zach Adrian. Adrian puts a check on the Vikings, but coming out with it. There's a good hit there by Baranye, and Cam Cosbit will take it. Cosbit blows the tire there, and he's down. Vikings try and take over in the corner. Sent out to center ice. Levi Rowan will settle it down for the Vikes. Over to Christensen. Cross ice pass. Too far, so Alpena's got it back. There's a pass up the middle. Not too much flow right now. The Vikings will attacking with Rowan coming over center ice. Rowan over the line. Tried to cut to the middle. Good back check there by Alpena. They send it out. Christensen. Good play there. He dumps it in the zone behind the net. McConnell will stop it right there for Alpena. That's Baranye, number 22. Thompson with it. Thompson being checked by Cam Leotard. Kept in nicely at the point. The Vikings will dump it on net, and McConnell, McConnell will hold on to it.
It's a really good keep in there by number 17, Ryan Pendrick. Just able to find a way through to get that shot on net and force the face-off here in Alpena's zone.
Vikings are really doing a better job now of hemming the Wildcats in their own zone and creating some scoring chances. That one's is flipped high in the air. Here's a race Limbeck coming in hard. Pendrick, oh, they got a call on him. It's going to be interference. I think Pendrick was a little surprised by the speed of Limbeck.
Yeah, you almost like to see goalie Noah Graham there come out and make a play on that puck, kind of make it easier on his defenseman. But
or at least be yelling to him,
yeah.
Saying, guy coming up, your backside there, so he knows.
Yeah, a little communication definitely would have helped that cause there. But Cadillac, let's see how they defend this penalty kill here.
All right, this will be the first penalty kill for the Vikings, and we'll see how the Wildcats, they got Ryan Spencer on defense. There's a big hit there, knocking down Keenan Kolarek. And Spencer will retreat into his own zone. Up the boards to McDonald. Jordan Adlam just leveled him right at center. Levi Rowan has a couple Wildcats getting away from them. Nice block. Boy, he's working hard back there, Rowan is. That puck is just bouncing around in the corner. Alpena's trying to center it, and the Vikings will come out with it. Jordan Adlam, and he'll just fire it down right on net to McConnell. Spencer for Alpena behind his own net. McDonald loses it. The Vikings, I thought, or Adlam, but he was on the end of a shift, so he's going to take a change. 5:55 to go in the first period here at the Wex. We got 54 seconds left in the power play for Alpena. Vikings doing a nice job of killing this one so far. And Alpena will get a wholesale change. And up the middle is Branye to Jacob Hamp. Hamp, nice cutback move. Dumps in the corner, but it's intercepted. Taken away by Adrian. There's a shot. Oh, and he flashed the glove. That was Noah Scott with a great save on the turnover. Not a good place to turn it over, Derek.
No, not at all. Great glove save, though. Noah Graham really bailing out his defender there. It's nice to see him have his defenders back like that.
And that's Noah Scott. Just, I know you want to take some credit for a Graham name there, but that is Noah Scott, the goaltender for Cadillac. Okay, the Vikings back to action here. Gussert clears the zone just barely. Number 2 is Mike Thompson. Over to Branye. Branye up over the blue line. He'll peel back. Adrian has it. Branye with a one-time shot. It just flutters, and Noah's going to hold on to it. And sometimes those can be a problem for goalies. They're waiting for the hard shot. Vikings with that 1-0 lead here late in the first period. Goal scored by 18, Riley Whalen, assisted from Jamie Castillo. One penalty apiece so far. Each team has had a power play, and there's 11 seconds left on this power play for Alpena. Jordan Adlam tries to clear it, and a nice job on a bouncing puck. They send it over to Branye. Wrists it in the corner, back to full strike for the Vikes. Good forecheck there by Konjorski. He's taken down, no trip. Goes in hard, number 20, that's Joey Bracken. Out in front, backhand shot. Nice save, rebound, scored. Alpena, just like that, has tied up the game. It might be Limbeck. See if we can get some numbers. I know that I think 21 had a hand in that one. See if we can get some numbers coming off the ice there. Well, Branye was at the point. Thompson. Number 20 was Joey Bracken, but I think Joey Bracken may have got it. We'll wait for the call on that one. Nevertheless, Cadillac has now been tied by the Wildcats. Face-off at center ice. Castillo, that one's knocked up into the bench for Alpena, so I think it'll be inside the line. That goal there, what'd you see on that for the Vikes?
You know, the same problem that's kind of hampered them so far in this first period, not able to get it out of their zone. And I know the penalty just ended, but they were 5-on-5 at that point and still struggled to get it out, and Alpena took advantage of the turnover.
Quinn Kasprak, good forecheck, but taken away by Jacob Hamp. Hamp over to Adrian. Adrian down the left side. Nice play by Pendrick to make that shot go wide. Going after it in the corner. There's a shot wide by number 23. That's Evan Letourneau. First time he's been on the ice, I think. So we had Joey Bracken with the goal, assist to Zach Konjorski, and I think they said number 3 is Rhett Limbach. Now here comes Kasperek with some speed, going wide. That puck is just knocked off his stick. He gets it back. Tries to go back to the point, taken away by Limbach. In the middle, that was in the feet of Bracken. Limbach giving chase. They got some speed here with Limbach and Bracken. They're not very big, but they're fast. Vikings battle along the boards. Nice play by Branye to keep that one in momentarily. Now they're good. Vikings, Riley Whalen will go off for a change. Christensen tied up in the corner. Vikings having trouble again clearing the zone, but they do now. That puck is right at the Wildcat blue line, and the Wildcats will start it off. Nice play to dump it in the zone. Levi Rowan will go in for Cadillac. There's 3 minutes to go here in the first period. 1-1 is our score. Here's a turnover. That shot is wide. Nice job by the Vikings to get a piece of it. That was number 10 for the Vikings. They battle along the boards. A couple players go down. A few elbows. A little spirit going on here. Alpena gives it away right at the blue line, taken away. Oh, hit hard as Fox. He goes down. And there's another shot. Both, that was Baranier and Fox. What do we have? What do we have here? We got a penalty, and it looks like it was head contact. Is that going to be Gerard again, number 17? That's who it is. Go ahead.
Matt Fox has been hit hard here a few times tonight, but credit to him. He keeps getting back up, and he was actually able to draw a penalty on that one. So give credit to Matt Fox there.
So a 2-minute minor for head contact, and the Vikings will have their second power play, and Alpena will backhand it up into the rafters, and the faceoff will come right back down deep. 2:18 to go here, first period. Bill Dooley and Derek Graham bringing you the game. And we're coming to you live from the Wex in Cadillac. This is the Big North home opener for Cadillac against Alpena Wildcats. And we've got a good one going here in the first period. Cam Leotard now for the Vikings. They pick his pocket. Vikings having trouble. It's knocked back in again by Konjorski. And that has been the problem, I would say, for the Vikings so far, is that turnover in their own zone. The Vikings are on the power play, but you wouldn't know it. Look at Konjorski working the corner. He takes a hit, but he's just going to rag that puck in the corner. The Vikings are trying to dig it out. Referees are telling them to move it. They don't care if it burns some time up. And coming out with it is number 7, Leotard. He loses it. Alpena beautifully playing a little keep away here with 57 seconds left in the power play for Cadillac, but it's been mostly Alpena here so far on this kill. Over the line now is Pendrick. Into the middle, there's a shot that just goes, nice save by McConnell. That one is back to the blue line. Levi Rowan with the shot, that makes it through. McConnell has it, he didn't see it for a second.
It's a great shot there by Captain Levi Rowan. Way to get that through, and really forced the Alpena goalie to make a good save right there.
And it hit him up high in the mask, and for just a second there, he was a little bit stunned. All right, the Vikings with 36 seconds left in the power play over to Keenan Clark. There's a wrist shot, never got through. Alpena will clear it down. Under a minute to go here in the first period. Noah Scott will stop that for his D, Levi Rowan. Rowan, outlet pass to Adlam, over to Clark. That was in his feet. Not a clean breakout by the Vikings. Here's Gisha, right at the blue line. Adlam has it. Adlam over wide. There's a shot off the goalie. Hit the glass. That was Rowan with the shot. Here's one out in the middle. That one deflected wide. Rowan's going to take another shot. Wide into the corner. Cadillac will dump it in deep. Adlam and Baranye giving battle. 20 seconds to go here. Vikings going to try and get that go-ahead goal. Adlam has it. They're back at full strength now. There's a wrist shot. Nice save by McConnell. Cadillac is going to get another shot. That one's wide. He tried for the deflection to Adlam. Rowan quickly out in front of the net. That one deflects up into the netting, and the Vikings with 1 second put on some pressure, Derek.
Some great point shots there by the tandem, Rowan and Cadillac. So Cadillac, apologize for that. But yeah, face off here with 1 second left. Let's see if they can make anything out of this.
They're going to have to just take a shot from the point to have any hope here. And where they have Jordan Allen, who's a lefty, he takes a shot. It's wide. There goes the buzzer, and that'll end the first period with a 1-1 tie between Cadillac and Alpena. Overall, I'd say a pretty solid period.
Yeah, pretty even, I would say, too. And, you know, both teams really gave a spirited effort there. And let's see who kind of wants to take advantage of the second period upcoming.
All right. We're going to take a little break here, and we'll be back in just a little bit with the score. Cadillac 1 and Alpena 1. We'll be back in just a moment.
First period, pretty even tilt. You know, if you ask me, I think Alpena forecheck really forced Cadillac to have a difficult time in the breakout. But once Cadillac was able to get it out and away from that forecheck, they really had some good zone play and were able to get some shots on net.
I thought that the goaltenders both made some nice saves. The goals that were scored were, you know, not too much their fault. There was just good pressure by both teams. All right, Alpena's back on the ice here. We want to go over just a little bit. The Vikings, as we said, came into this game with a 4-0 record. And got a few stats here since we have a couple minutes. The leading scorer for the Vikings, get my glasses on because it's hard to see without them. Leading scorer for the Vikings is Levi Rowan with 4 goals. Gabe Gisha also has 4 goals and 4 assists. After that, we have Max Stebbins with 3 goals. Jordan Adlam with 2. Quinn Kaspriak and Ryan Pendrick with 2 goals also. So the Vikings have some pretty spread out scoring. Noah Scott comes in with a 4-0 record and a 1.1 goals against. So not bad. We were expecting maybe a few more penalties, Derek, and historically these two teams have really been physical and racked up a lot of penalty minutes, but what we have? We had 2 power plays for Cadillac and 1 for Alpena, right?
Yeah, I think you got it there, and no surprise to see Captain Levi Rowan coming in there leading the team in scoring. He, so far this first period, he looks to be an absolute minute muncher out there, so really maximizing that playing time he's getting, and he's really helping Cadillac back on that blue line.
Yeah, the Vikings have 9 seniors on the team and 3 juniors, which is a little low for the juniors, and I think they have 6 sophomores. So heavy on the sophomores and seniors and a little bit light on the junior class. And Alpena comes in as a fairly young team overall. All right, the Vikings and the Wildcats are about ready to face it off, and coming in a little bit late there was Brock Taylor, number 13. We are ready to go. We're underway here in the second period. It's tied up at 1, and Alpena puts it in deep. Jordan Adlam now wheeling around his own net. Adlam out at center ice. Nice move, but that was tipped away. Offside, it's a delayed offside. The Vikings will have to regroup. Knocked away by Gisha. Coming into the zone is Bracken. He cuts through the middle. There's a shot. Noah Scott held his ground and made a nice save. Back to the point. Baranye, that one's tipped just over top of the crossbar. Dangerous play. Nice move by Gussert. And Gussert will follow up with that one. Konjorski with the forecheck on him. Nice hit by Jordan to take the body. That was Jordan Adlam from Cadillac. And Pendrick backing into his own zone. He goes over to Christensen. Christensen too far out in front of Adlam. So McDonald will take over for the Wildcats. Cross ice pass by Hamp. Over to Cam Cosbit. Deflected into the corner, and Noah Scott will just shove it deeper into the corner. Kept in nicely by Thompson. Vikings just rifle it off the glass, and they will get an icing off this.
Jordan Adlam really using that 6-foot, 200-pound frame there to lay a nice open ice hit on the Cadillac defender there as he tried rushing the puck up.
And that's, coaches love to see that. You know, physical play. Jordan's got the big body. Tanner Christensen's got some size to him, and they need to establish that physical presence. Cam Cosbit for Alpena wins the draw. There's a shot by Thompson, knocked away by Scott. Zach Adrian puts it in deep. Christensen battling with Cosbit. It comes out in front. That one is shot over top of the net. The Vikings give it over. Adrian with the shot, and last second save by Noah Scott. Derek, there's that turnover again.
Just like we were talking about, kind of, led to Alpena's goal in that first period. So Cadillac really needs to try to avoid those turnovers.
And it seems like every time they turn it over, it's right in the middle of the ice. I mean, we're not talking along the boards either.
No, not at all. And it's leading to good scoring chances. So
absolutely. Konjorski, and that's Quinn Kaspriak on the face-off. Levi Rowan up the boards. It'll get past everybody and out to center ice. Wheeling it over on the right side. That's Thompson. He wristed in wide. Limbeck with some speed there. The Vikings try and clear, don't get it out. There's a pass over to 20. Bracken shot. Oh, and that one is knocked down in the corner now. Noah Scott made an acrobatic save on that one. I don't think he saw it at first. It's cleared. Kaspriak and Thompson going after it. Joey Bracken is kind of deceiving, a little guy, but boy, he seems to find a crease and make it through. Number 4 is Konjorski. He'll put it into the opposite corner, and giving chase is Jack Valise. That one goes off the skate, another turnover by the Vikings, and this time Noah's going to say enough of that. He's going to settle it down with the face-off.
Yeah, Bill, going back to what you said about forward Joey Bracken of Alpena, he really seems to be all over the net this game so far. So spot on there with that insight there.
All right, it's 1-1. We're in the second period, 14:22 to go. This is the Big North opener for both teams, and Alpena's got a little bit of pressure behind the net. Now kicking it away is Jacob Hamp. Up the boards, kept in by Adrian. Alpena with a good forecheck. Vikings are having some trouble here. Ben Farley gets it up to number 7, Cam Leotard. He's squeezed off the puck. There's a big hit by Farley, but Alpena will come back with it. Over the line is 23, Evan Letourneau. Letourneau behind the net, holds on to it, tries to wrap around, and he scores! Evan Letourneau just held on to it, and he had Noah Scott going down, and I don't think Noah's going to be too happy with that one.
No, that's a real unfortunate goal there. He looked like he was late getting over, sliding post to post, and left some room on the short side there, and Alpena forward was able to sneak it through.
And Evan Letourneau, who has not had a lot of ice time, is scored the goal. That one came at the 13:45 mark of the second period, and Alpena will take a 2-1 lead here at the Wex. Kind of quiets the crowd down a little bit. And it's a good crowd here tonight. When you look down both ways, it's pretty full. Jordan Adlam now at center ice for the Vikings. Over the line, it was close to an offside. Gussert almost went in too fast. Over to Rowan. Rowan will just wrist it in. That was knocked wide by McConnell. And Alpena will start back. Keenan Clark for Gussert. He tips it past his man. Gives chase in the zone. Gussert takes a hit. First one to it now is Gisha. Gussert has it. Gussert out wide, a little bit too far out in front. It was a good idea, but Levi wasn't expecting that. So Cadillac will regroup in their own zone, and Rowan over the blue line with some decent speed. Looking for a pass. He had Whalen cutting to the front of the net. Jordan Adlam. He puts it around the boards, and it is Alpena with it. Vikings are doing a good job now on the forecheck. Still didn't clear it. Great hold in there by Rowan. That one will go over into the corner to Zach Adrian for Alpena. He'll put it high in the air. It hits a rafter, so it'll stay deep in the zone. It's 2-1 Alpena here in the second period with 12:27 to go.
Yeah, Bill, Cadillac really looks to be back on their heels here early in the second period. Let's look for a big hit or a good scoring chance or maybe even a goal to get this game turned around for them.
And Coach Graham is sending out Castillo and Whalen. They're the ones that scored the only goal yet for Cadillac. And so they want to create something here. There's a block shot by Cosbit. Behind the net, digging hard for it. Castillo, he's knocked down. Still got a swat at it. Kasparek goes back to the point to Christensen. Christensen fans on the shot. Castillo picks it up. Nice move into the corner. Castillo tries to cut out in front. He's taken down and slides into the goalie. Alpena, they still don't clear. Look at this pressure by the Vikings. Castillo dumps it in, and he avoided a check there. Digging for it is Whalen. Nobody knows where the puck is. Christensen now has a chance. That's a nice rebound given up there by O'Connell, and it'll be sent down the ice, and an icing. 2-1 Alpena here in the second period, 11:34 to go.
It's great pressure there by the line of Kasparek, Whalen, and Castillo. If I'm Coach Scott Graham, I'm looking to get those guys out here as much as I can, as they've really got the momentum going so far in this game.
Alpena in the dark green and white jerseys. Cadillac with their home white. Cadillac is now heading right to left on the dial. There's a save there by McConnell. And they'll backhand that over the head of Kolarek down the ice. Rowan, nice stop on a dime there. Good spin move there to avoid some pressure. Now he gets a pass too far out in front of Leetart, but it's going to go right to McConnell, and he'll just dish it back for McDonald. Going down hard is Stebbins in front of the net. Here's a pass out too far in front. So chasing back into his own zone is Levi Rowan, and Noah Scott will hold on to it. I don't think the Vikings wanted to do that. Bill Dooley along with Derek Graham bringing you the action tonight here. Hockey night in Cadillac. That puck is drilled behind the net by Alpena, and they'll do a quick line change. There's a long pass hit down with a high stick, so Alpena will play it. It'll be all the way back into their zone. And a face-off coming up.
Let's take a minute to talk about this virtually sold-out barn here at Cadillac Wexford Civic Center. It's nice to see all these faces out here enjoying this hockey night in Cadillac.
And as always, Alpena always brings a strong contingency of fans on the long trek over. All right, the puck is in Alpena's zone. It is 2-1 Alpena, and they're just content to clear the zone here. They don't want to give Cadillac too much, and that one's too far out in front. It's taken away. Ryan Spencer, low shot, pad save. There's a rebound, and it was knocked away by the Vikings' Fox. Alpena will keep it in. First one to it is going to be Farley. Farley back to Jack Valise. Now they'll change directions, but first one to it is Ryan Spencer. That one is blocked nicely by the Vikings. In the corner, digging hard is Nick Esch. I think that's the first time we've seen him on the ice, Derek. Number 5 for Alpena, coming right out in front of the net. And the net is off. Yes, net's off the moorings. 9:40 to go here in the second period. It's 2-1 Alpena. TV, which is CCTV, this game will be aired several times during the week. If you go to our Facebook page, CCTV, you can check out the times for the airings of the game. And you can also pick up a DVD copy for $12. Go to our website or Facebook site and get some information on that. All right, the Vikings are looking for the equalizer here in the second period. There's a shot wide of the net. Good poke check there by Ryan Pendrick. Tanner Christensen will avoid the pressure and turn it up the ice. Gabe Gisha, we haven't heard too much from him tonight. He's one of our leading scorers on the team. There's a giveaway. Mikey Gussert has it centered and just in the feet. Didn't quite make it through. Played behind the net. The Vikings, Mike Gussert in the corner. That puck is taken by Gisha. Gisha with a wrist shot, never made it through. Bracken tries to clear. Gussert giving chase along the boards. Limbeck will get it out. And Levi Rowan over the blue line. Rowan with some speed going wide. Shielding, holding on to it. Back to the point to Christensen. Christensen took a little bit too much time to get that shot off. No Gisha. He's got Rowan. There's a quick shot and scored! Beautiful shot over the shoulder of McConnell. That one was kind of a tricky shot, and McConnell went down. He didn't see it. Caught the upper net.
It's a big goal there for the captain of the Cadillac Vikings. We talked about him in between the first and second intermission, and it's really nice to see him get on the board there, help his team out.
So the Vikings get the equalizer here at 8:38 of the second period, and I think it went through clean. There was no tips on it. So Levi Rowan should get credit for that goal. Good job by the Vikings to set up their point men. Big hit there in the corner. Baranye just took Castillo, warded him off. That hits the netting here. So there was at least one assist, maybe two. We'll wait and see if we can pick those up here in just a second. 2-2 now. The Vikings have just tied it up. Hockey Night in Canada, or Cadillac, coming to you from the Wex. A little slip of the tongue there. The Viking girls basketball team is playing in Reed City tonight. That's always a big rivalry. And there will be some games coming to you both on 93.7 and CCTV, girls basketball. So make sure to tune in for that. 8 minutes to go here. The Vikings and the Wildcats are knotted up at 2. The Vikings will change it up with Stebbins and, let's see, Brock Taylor. 7 is Cam Leotard. They've got Valise on the point. Feeding it back to McDonald, Rhett McDonald that is. Right nice and safely into the big mitt of Noah Scott.
Bill, I'm sure some of the listeners wouldn't mind listening to Hockey Night in Canada out there. Of course, they'd be hearing Don Cherry instead of the likes of me and you.
He's a little bit more colorful than us, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Cam Cosbit takes a draw right to Hamp. That never made it through. Back at the point, Thompson has it. I think he tried to go for a deflection to Cosbit. It was wide of the net. Adrian sends it back to Cosbit. Out in front of the net, there's a shot covering up short side. Is Noah Scott. The Vikings take exception to that one. What'd you see on that play?
Yeah, it's just a good, hard drive the net play there by Alpena, forcing the net and trying to make something happen, and a good cover by Noah Scott.
All right, 7:42 here in the second period. This is Viking hockey action. Alpena and Cadillac in the home Big North opener for both teams. The Vikings coming in at 4-0. And Alpena is coming in at 2 wins and 3 losses. Konjorski will clear the zone. There's some speed by Bracken. Adlam over the zone, and there's a nice hard wrist shot knocked away by McConnell. Konjorski, nice pass up the left side. Bracken with some speed. He'll cut back, fired out in front. Nice save by Noah. He stood his ground. Valise off to Adlam. Gussert, nice outlet pass to Keenan Kolarek. Good defense there by Baranye just to take the man, not worry about the puck. Scrambly play at center ice. There's a delayed offside, so Alpena will get a free clear. coming down in the zone to Levi Rowan. Rowan behind the net. There's a big hit that didn't materialize. I think Alpena's Zach Adrian was trying to line somebody up. The fans love it. Right there, reading that one nicely was Farley, and it is just cleared out of the zone. He'll dump it back in and go in with some speed. Rowan with a nice play to keep that one in, so he'll send it in the corner. Those two are mixing it up right at the point. Reaching for it. The Vikings almost getting a shot that looks like, who is that, number 9? That's Brock Taylor. Or no, excuse me, that's Matt Fox, number 9. Farley with a shot. That one goes wide. Digging hard for it. The Vikings. Number 10, Derek. Help me out here for the Vikings.
Brendan Shanahan.
Brendan Shanahan.
No relation as far as I know.
Well, his dad claims there is some, but Ron plays in the men's league, and he's got a good sense of humor, so big shout out to Ron and Sandy. Here's a breakaway coming in. Quinn Kaspriak with the shot, just wide of the net. Ryan Spencer and Kaspriak tie it up. There's a good hit there by Riley Whalen. He's one of our goal scorers tonight. There's a shot in, and Noah Scott will hold it. There's 5 minutes to go here in the second period.
Bill, it's real nice to see Ben Farley out there. I had the opportunity to coach him last year on the Cadillac Bantam team, and it's nice to see him make this transition up to high school hockey. I really like to see that.
That's great, and it's also, you know, as a coach, you know, there's just some satisfaction seeing the kids working hard and, you know, progressing with their skills. Was that the Bantam team then, Derek?
Yes, that was the Bantam team.
All right. And are you still coaching that this year?
Yeah, I'm still involved in that, and give kudos to my guys tonight up in Traverse City in the tournament. They got a big 9-0 win, so it's good to see.
All right. Vikings fire it over top of the net. Whalen will come off for a change, so Keenan Kolaric will just kind of drill it into the far corner. Jamie Castillo giving chase. Christensen comes in. He tried to Cronwall him, and coming up with the puck is Konchorski. Takes a huge hit from Jordan Adlam right in front of the student section. Konchorski still gets up, though. Got to give him credit. Nice back check there by Gussert, and Rowan is off to the races. Oh, that was a good poke check there and an offside there caused by the defense. Excellent stand-up play there.
Again, forward Jordan Adlam showing what he can do with that big 200-pound frame. Really punishing Alpena forward right there on the back check.
That's at least 2 or 3 times. It's 2-2. We've got a good one going here at the WEX, Alpena and Cadillac. This is the Big North opener. 4:05 to go here in the second period. Face-off is just outside the blue line for Alpena. And the Vikings, Adlam comes away with it. Oh, man, taken down. Could have almost been a little bit of interference there. Cam Cosbit hits, who is that? Number, is Gisha hard. Bodies are flying all over the place right now. There's some physical play going on. There's a penalty.
I think he's taking them both.
I think you're right. I saw the thumbs up for both of them. Let's see. We've got Jordan Adlam for sure. And I think 22 is Nick Baranier for the Wildcats. Check that. Yes, that's Nick Baranier, the defense. We'll wait for the, did you see a signal, Derek, on the call for penalties?
I didn't. My guess would be there would be a couple coincidental ruffians down in the corner, but I actually did not catch the signal.
Okay. Been a pretty quiet game. Gisha tries to cut out in front for the Vikings. They are in the offensive zone right now. Those are offsetting penalties, so it's still 5-on-5. There's no shortage of players when they're offsetting penalties. There's a hand pass. They'll call it now. He must have missed it on the original attempt, and then when he picked it up behind the net, they called it. And that face-off on a hand pass is going to go all the way down the ice. That's one of the new rules as of last year. Hand pass will come all the way back into your defensive zone. Also, boarding and checking from behind this year, there are 5-minute penalties. There's no 2 minutes for those. So there's the referees, if they call that penalty, it's a 5-minute major. All right, there's 3:17 to go here in the second period. Alpena will shoot it in on the delayed offside. Scott stops it behind the net for Ryan Pendrick. Pendrick up the boards to Cam Leotard. 2-2 here. The Vikings get it out to Max Stebbins. Stebbins in deep, and he's got some speed going. First one to it, though, is going to be Alpena, but Stebbins ties him up. It hits the referee on the clearing attempt. Pendrick at the point. Smart play. He didn't have anything in the middle. The Vikings working hard. Cam Leotard. Pendrick was calling for that puck, and is it in? Yes, he must have kept it in. Leotard again. Oh, there's a huge hit on number 13, Brock Taylor. And there was a big size differential there. Pendrick drills one in wide. Alpena back to their point. Vikings change it up. And they're going to get the icing call. So with 2:17 to go here in the second period, it's a 2-2 tie. Both teams are going to change it up.
Yeah, that was a real well-delivered shoulder there by defenseman on Alpena, Sam Denham.
Sam Denman for, actually, he's for Cadillac, and I don't think he's playing. That's okay. That was number 2. That's Mike Thompson for Alpena, delivered that check. And it was a good one on Brock Taylor. Farley tries to take a piece of his man. Losing the stick is Hamp, but it's an offside by the Vikings, way offside. The Vikings play next Wednesday against TC Central. That game, I believe, is up in Traverse City. This is where the schedule gets serious for the Vikings. They had a lot of non-conference games to start the season. Farley was hooking his man, and I think, yes, they did get that. And one of the things here, that penalty is at the 149 mark, so for the rest of the period, Cadillac will skate a man short. And there's still 2 guys in the box, 1 from each team. Those were offsetting penalties. Let's see, Derek, who they're going to come out with the penalty kill. They've got Kasprak, Stebbins, Rowan, and looks like Pendrick. Bracken, Limbach, Konjorski, McDonald, and Baranier. Oh, no, Ryan Spencer on the left point for the Wildcats. All right, back to the point to Spencer. In the corner, here's a wrist shot that hits one of the defensemen. It hit Pendrick in the hand. He's kind of shaking that one off. Alpena, Konjorski holding on to it, being slashed a little bit by Rowan. There's a centering pass through the crease. Kasprak tries to clear it. McDonald has it. He'll settle it down. Softly into the corner. Pendrick tying up his man. Vikings will take this, just eating some time off the clock as they push it around in the corner. Nice move there by Quinn, but he fanned on it. And Wright coming back. Boy, look at that forechecking by Alpena. He's taken down. The Vikings finally will relieve some of the pressure with 57 seconds left in the power play for Alpena. A minute to go in the power play, 52 seconds in the period. Noah Scott will push it off to the side to Pendrick. He should be able to clear the zone, and he will, all the way down. Changes for both teams. It's 2-2 here, late in the second period. The Wildcats are on a power play, but the Vikings keep thwarting their attempt. That one is taken away, stolen by Gisha. Gisha will absorb the hit and just kind of hold the puck in there, chewing up some time. 20 seconds to go here in the second period. Just missing that check. and having a little trouble with it coming over the line. That's Austin Gerard. Sends it back to Cam Cosbit high into the rafters with 5.7 to go here in the second. All right, that buzzer will end the second period. Both teams scoring 1 goal, so we're right where we were after the first. It's tied up at 2, and 11 seconds will still be on the clock for the power play for Alpena when we come back in the second period. Derek, what are you thinking there, second period? You know, 2-2 tilt here at their contest, I should say, at the end of the second, and Alpena jumped out to that early lead. Really were taking it to Cadillac, and then it was good to see Cadillac get on the board there, and I really felt the momentum started to shift towards the direction of the Vikings there once they got that second goal. Yep, and you know, pretty even game. Penalty-wise, also pretty even so far, but it's going to set up a really good third period of action, I think, here at the Wex. So at this time, we'll take a little break. We'll be back in just a minute. The score, Cadillac 2, Alpena 2. Okay, and we're back live here at the Wex. A little recap of the first 2 periods there. Shots on net in the second were Alpena 10 and Cadillac 6. And that's a total of 15 shots aside for the first 2 periods. Alpena goalie Trevor McConnell making 13 saves, and Cadillac goalie Noah Scott as well making 13 saves. Goal scoring, that's the first period for Alpena went to Joey Bracken. And on Cadillac, first period goal went to Waylon from Castillo. And in the second period there, Cadillac scored with a goal from Rowan from Gishaw. And Alpena goal in the second period came from Evan Laterno. Thank you for the help on that, okay. Bill. It was tough to maybe read your writing there. I think I was struggling, so I'm glad you noticed that for me. Not a problem. Right now they're doing the chuck-a-puck, which is a tradition here in between the second and third period. So that's always a lot of fun for the kids. And we're just happy that you're tuning in for this Friday night action from the Wex. This is the Big North opener for both teams. Cadillac has got a lot of history with Alpena. I remember back when Cadillac started in '99, Alpena at the time was quite a powerhouse, Derek, and I think Tommy Mueller, the goalie for Cadillac in that year in '99, faced 66 shots on goal. That is still a record today for the most shots on goal by a Cadillac goaltender. So times have changed. Cadillac has, basically improved throughout the years, and now they are sticking with the big boys. All right, the chuck-a-puck is over. Beth Stebbins is out there trying not to fall. That's got to be quite a feat in itself. And also, Dave Denman has been doing the the public announcing during the game for the Vikings. So good job by Dave Denman. We want to thank Tassi Sider for running the camera tonight, just doing a fantastic job in these cramped conditions, and for Bill Barnett, who is doing a wonderful job as our engineer and just helping a couple of newbies out here get started. Josh Sharp is back in the 93.7 studio running the board and making sure that we're phased in and out at the right time. So boy, it's a lot different than doing something tape delayed, but it is kind of fun, isn't it? Yeah, having a blast here, and it really helps that we got a good contest here at 2-2 heading into the third. And want to thank you, Derek, too, for stepping in, something maybe a little bit out of your comfort zone. And Derek is a former Ferris State Bulldog college hockey player. And Derek, you played on that championship team, didn't you?
Yeah, that's right. That was my senior year in 2012. We lost to Boston College in the national championship final, and a really good game. Felt it could have went both ways, but unfortunately, we didn't come out on top.
Where was that game played?
That was down in Tampa, Florida. Beautiful rink there for where the Lightning play at in the NHL. And overall, just a great experience, one that can hardly be described in words.
Yeah, that is so incredible. And then we just appreciate having you here in Cadillac now, and helping out at the rink and playing in the league. And it's just nice to have that good quality people around here. So appreciate it big time.
Yeah, well, thank you, Bill. And I enjoy it. That's why I'm here, and that's why I'm still doing it.
All right. Well, we're awaiting the teams to come out onto the ice. We're gonna take a 30-second break, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back to the WEX. Bill Dooley along with Derek Graham, and Alpena is back on the ice, so are the referees. And what we thought we'd do here is just go over the Cadillac roster real quick and have Derek introduce you to the players.
Yeah, going forward, number 1, Noah Scott. He comes in at a height of 5'10", weighs 160. Number 2, Sam Denman, 6 foot, 185, or forward, I should say. Number 3, Max Stebbins, 5'7", 140 forward. Keenan Cadillac, 6'1", 170-pound forward and defenseman. He plays a little bit of both positions there. Number 5, Jack Vallis, 6'2", 185-pound defenseman.
Valise, that's all right.
Number 6, Mike Gussert, 5'9", 140-pound forward. Number 7 is Cameron Leotard, 5'7", 120-pound forward. Number 8, Captain Levi Rowan, 5'11", 185-pound defenseman. Number 10, Brendan Shanahan, 6 foot, 150-pound forward. Number 11, Ben Farley, 5'9", 135-pound forward. Number 12, Jordan Adams, 6 foot, 200 pounds. He's also a forward. Number 13, Brock Taylor, 5'6", 160. He plays forward. Number 14, Gabe Gishaw, 6'1", 165-pound forward. Number 14, Jamie Castillo, 5'9", 150-pound forward. Number 16, Quinn Kasperiak.
All right, we'll get back to that in just a moment. And we're back to action here to start of the third period. 4 seconds left on the Alpena power play. And now we've got, oh, that's right, there was.
You had a period there at the end of the second, or a penalty, I should say. Okay,
so right now, Cadillac is on the power play. Alpena took a penalty. Number 22, that was Nick Baranier. We did not announce that. So anyway, Alpena will send it down the ice. It is 2-2 here from the WEX. Cadillac is breaking out of their zone. That's Gabe Gisha getting it up to Gussert. It goes over his stick. And picking it up is Levi Rowan. He just lost an edge. He goes down, and then he'll take a trip on Ryan Spencer. All right, so Cadillac will be moving from left to right. They're defending the north end in their white home jersey, and Alpena is in their dark green, black with white trim. They're defending the south end, going from right to left. All right, so that'll even things up. What was that call, Derek?
Looked like a trip.
That's got to be.
If I'm a Cadillac fan, I'm not happy with that call there, but somehow that's how it goes.
A little weak sometimes. Now it's going to be 4-on-4 hockey here for a little while. You don't see this too often, so it kind of gives a little more space on the ice for the players to work. And Keenan Cadillac coming up to center ice with some speed. He wristed it in his zone, and then knocking the net off the mooring was Trevor O'Connell, and it'll be a face-off down deep in Alpena's zone.
Skating 4-on-4 side.
The NHL will do this in overtime, and they do this to generate some more excitement, some more puck movement. So right now we're in that 4-on-4 mode. Alpena has the puck. There's a check by Farley. Gisha spins with it. Konchorski sends it behind his net. Farley, first one to it. Nice move by Farley to create a little bit of space for himself. He'll send it back on the point. Cadillac, one-timer to Pendrick and just off the outside of the post. Big hit there by Farley. And the puck is sent down the ice, no icing. Alpena will make a change, and so do the Vikings. Gisha, he just gives that one right away at the blue line, and the linesman had to duck. And that can be a dangerous job sometimes. Take it from experience. I'm a high school official for hockey, and there's a shot right in goal. Noah Scott, oh, he tried to move it up the boards, and Alpena got a stick on it.
Dangerous play there.
Yeah. The Vikings a little bit unorganized, and it'll go back, and here's a wide open Spencer, but he'll hand it off instead of taking the shot. Kind of surprised on that. Back to Spencer. This time he wristed in. There's a big rebound given up, and then a nice diving play by Gabe Gisha to clear the zone. 24 seconds to go in the penalty to Levi Rowan. There's 14:27 to go here in the third period. We're all tied up at 2-2, Cadillac and Alpena. There's a shot down the ice by Cadillac, so they'll clear some of the pressure off, and that will take care of the power play. Back to full strength. Zach Adrian, haven't called his name in a while. He was pretty active in the first period. The Vikings, Keenan Kolarik up the boards to Adlam. He's delivered some big blows tonight to the other team. Going in is Mike Thompson. Behind the back pass, and it hit the net, came right out in front. The Vikings, Quinn Kaspriak, nope, can't quite keep it in. Levi Rowan had backed off the blue line. That one is taken away, and going down is Rowan. Konjorski turns with it, steps out in front, just wide of the net. And the Vikings will just loft it out to center. Line change taking place. Rowan. That's another play there where the Alpena, look at that play to try and keep it in. Who was that at the point, Derek?
I think number 16 there.
16, Cam Cosbit for Alpena. That was a great move to reach up for that puck. Alpena will send it back in. Valise over to Rowan. Rowan up into the rafter, so we'll have a face-off here back in the Cadillac zone.
That's a good whistle there for Cadillac. Held out there a few of the players for long shifts and kind of running around, so it's nice to for them to settle down here and get a line change.
Yeah, they were kind of back on their heels, and you don't want to give up that early goal to Alpena. 2-2, live from the Wex in Cadillac. It's hockey night in Cadillac. See, I didn't say Canada. All right, Brendan Shanahan for the Vikings will take the face-off. Shanahan wins the draw, and it goes back to Tanner Christensen. That one is kept in nicely at the point by Alpena. The Vikings still don't clear. That was Jansen Sadler keeping it in for Alpena. Christensen checks his man. The puck is behind the Cadillac goal. Farley is working hard to try and pry that puck loose. Pendrick, boy, it's just a hard work down low by both teams. The referees are looking at the two guys down behind the net. That shot just wide. Cadillac's looking to clear, but they still don't do it. Here's a long shot. Farley got a piece of that one. Hamp back to Thompson, right on the blue line. That one goes into the netting, and let's see, where are they going to take the face-off?
Must have been deflected by
Cadillac.
Cadillac forward there. It's staying in the zone.
Derek, that was some good sustained pressure there by the Wildcats.
Yeah, they really hemmed them down deep, moved the puck around, and no real good shots, but we were able to kill some time and keep it down low and wear Cadillac out.
12:02 to go here in the regulation third period. If the teams are tied, they will play an overtime. Rowan comes out with the puck over the line. Kaspriak with a nice move, but he is leveled there on a great check by Nick Baranier. And that's just good, clean hockey right there. The Vikings, Jamie Castillo, and he's got his neck guard. Look at the neck guard hanging down. It looks like he's got a ponytail on Castillo there playing, and those neck guards are I'm sure he'll get it fixed in just a moment here. McDonald will keep it in for the Wildcats. The Vikings right along the board. There's McDonald again, Rhett McDonald. It'll go all the way through to Scott, and he's going to hold it even though there was no Vikings. So far, Alpena's got a little bit of pressure, don't they?
Yeah, I'd give them the upper hand at the start of this third period here. Absolutely. I don't know if Cadillac's had a really good scoring chance yet to start this third period. So.
I don't think so. And we're already almost 6 minutes into the third. It's 2-2, but it's been pretty much all Alpena. And that puck is kept in by Spencer. He'll fire it in wide. Valise battling with his man. Adlam in to help. Adlam will come out with the puck. Being hooked and checked. Nice forecheck by Zach Adrian. He's got some speed on Valise. Centers it. Noah just swatted it back behind the net. Holding the stick a little bit was Jordan Adlam, so Ryan Pendrick will try the opposite way, see if he can get it out. There's a penalty, delayed penalty coming up, and it's going to be to Alpena. Hook. All right, that's Cam Cosbit, number 16. We weren't quite sure, but we knew that once Alpena touched the puck, it had to be them on the penalty. All right, Vikings will go on the power play. And the Vikings now will face it off. Levi Rowan, they do keep it in. Good job by Gabe Gisha. Comes back to Pendrick. Pendrick down deep towards Gisha. He leaves it for Gussert. Gussert to Adlam. Back to Rowan. Here comes Adlam with the shot. That one is deflected off. Nice save by O'Connell. Back to Rowan to Pendrick. Pendrick, oh, just missed Adlam on the cross court. Adlam with a little dipsy-do out. He tried to go short side, just missed. Konchorski will get to it and clear it down for the Wildcats. We have 1:23 left in the power play to Cadillac. 10:06 to go here in the third period. It's 2-2, Cadillac and Alpena. Bill Dooley along with Derek Graham bringing you the action from the Wex. Bill Barnett and Tassi Sider helping out along with Josh Sharp in the studio. And we've got a great game here on a Friday night. That's played up and out of the zone, so Alpena will clear. They're down to 55 seconds left on the power play. Here's a give and go. Stebbins has it. And just a shot a little bit, as Euchre would say, just a tad high and wide. All right, behind the net, Noah Scott leaves it for Tanner Christensen. Crowd needs something here, Derek, to get them fired up.
Yeah, not much going on here. It would have been nice to see Cadillac maybe get something on this power play here the last 20 seconds.
Alpena with the big body check and the clear down the ice. Now the Vikings will set up behind their own net. Christensen coming down the left side. Konchorski, even though he's a lot smaller, that was a good play to body the Tanner Christensen off the puck. And there goes the power play. There was not much power on that play. The Vikings at center ice. Castillo just got away from that hit. Oh, and then he's finished off by Baranye, so Castillo goes back after him. Goes down deep into the Viking zone. No icing called. Zach Adrian and Pendrick. Boy, it's still 2-2 here. There's a giveaway. Liptek goes down, but there's no call on that one. Vikings, Quinn Kasperiak doesn't get it out. And the Vikings are having some of those clearing the zone problems they had early on in the game. Back to Rowan. Up the ice to Castillo. Boy, they've just been trying to take some hits on Castillo tonight, haven't they?
Yeah, the whole team all around really of Alpena is not afraid to throw the body out there in the open ice. It's really showing here in this third.
All right, the Vikings, Pendrick is taken down, and it looks like Alpena's feeding off their physical play and trying to fire them up. Adlam takes a shot, and a nice save there by Trevor McConnell. It is 2-2 with 7:36 to go here in the third period. And Alpena has held the upper hand as far as the territorial advantage. Let's see what we have out here. It's Adlam, Gussert, and Gisha. Excuse me. Christensen and Cadillac on the point. Back to Christensen, had trouble with it. That one's taken away, and Alpena clears the zone. Tanner puts it back into the zone. Adlam takes a shot low and wide. He had some steam on that one. Gussert chasing behind the net. McDonald gets to it first. He'll spin away and send it back to Baranye. High pass, Tanner Christensen, and that's a hand pass. All the way back into the Cadillac zone. 7:08 to go.
Yeah, pretty.
Still tied at 2.
Pretty inadvertent hand pass there. He kind of just tried to stop the puck, and it bounced off, and unfortunately his own teammate touched it first there, so now we got a face-off back in the Cadillac defensive zone.
Yeah, I think the officials have done a pretty good job. Of course, it hasn't been too much controversy in this game, but they're doing a good job with the penalty calls. The Vikings now play a little give and go behind their net, and Gisha loses that puck right at the blue line. Joey Bracken, who's had a good night tonight with his speed. Konjorski with the puck. His brother was a star player for the Wildcats hockey. Alpena checking hard. Bracken tried to center it. He gets a piece of Rowan along the back of the board, so the Vikings will put it high off the boards. It'll bounce and tumble, and it won't be an icing. 6:30 to go here in the third period, tied up at 2. You're watching Viking hockey, Cadillac Community Television, CCTV. Behind the net is Ryan Spencer. He spins with it up the boards. Watch out, Shanahan had him lined up and he takes the puck away momentarily. Good job there, hustling is Matt Fox. Down the line is Evan Letourneau. He scored the second goal for Alpena. Squeezed off nicely and rubbed into the boards by Pendrick. Alpena still has the puck. They'll dump it in deep. Letourneau, boy, he's small, isn't he? Compared to some of the other players.
Yeah, especially Tanner Christensen.
Yeah, right. Here's a one-time shot way wide by Nick Baranye, and the Vikings will just ice it to relieve the pressure. And with 5:34 to go, it's Alpena 2, Cadillac 2.
Bill, what do they do in the Big North Conference in the event of a tie after regulation? Is there any extra play, or is that it?
Yes, no, they'll go. They did 8 minutes last year, so we'll see. That's one area they may have changed, but I know they do play some extra time.
Good deal.
And it'll probably be 8 minutes. All right, back to the action. Gussert has it. 2-on-2 with Adlam. Gussert just goes down, and good checking tonight by Alpena. They've used the body well. Rowan with the wrist shot. That one is a nice save. Cadillac with the shot wide of the net. Mike Gussert gets it back to Rowan with a nice play. He sees Cadillac open. There's a shot, never made it through. Rhett McDonald up the boards and cleared out. Vikings have fired in. It's a delayed offside. Cross ice to Nick Baranye. Up to Konjorski. He's got Limback with him in the corner. Konjorski still has a puck. Oh, there's a huge hit by number 13. I think that's Brock Taylor, and let's see what he's going to get here. It could be a boarding.
Yeah, that could be a 5.
That could be a 5.
It'd be really unfortunate for the Vikings penalty killing here the rest of this period.
Referees are going to converse on this one and talk about it. I really don't think it warrants a 5-minute major, but we'll see. They're pretty strict. I mean, right from the NHL down, you know, Derek, they've been trying to get away from the head contact and the hard hits into the boards. All right, we'll wait to see. Looked like that was a boarding call, so that will be a 5-minute major. Boy, that's going to put the Vikings short for the rest of the game. The captain, Levi Rowan, is getting an explanation from the referee. Derek, what do you think on that?
You know, he really just trying to play the body, and it happened to be the Alpena forward was just off the boards just enough to where, you know, he fell in kind of unsafe. And based on the new rules, I guess you got to call that a board, but like I said, it's pretty unfortunate.
Yeah, it is, because he was definitely not trying to hurt the player. He was just going for the body check. Nevertheless, Brock Taylor's in the box, and here's a shot from the point. Nice save by Scott. Alpena will have 4, and it'll carry over to the overtime. Baranier has it. Back to the other side to McDonald. That shot never made it through. Good job there, and shot into the bench by Levi Rowan, so that'll bring the faceoff back deep in the zone. Did you hear the announcement there? I think, did he say boarding?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's a 5-minute major for boarding. All right, face-off deep in the Viking zone. 4:13 to go in the game. The Vikings will play short a man for the rest of the game on the boarding major. Here's a one-time shot, fanned on it. Alpena puts it back to Baranier. In the corner, holding on to it, the Vikings in their box formation. There's a shot, never made it through. Oh, and Jordan Adlam did get the puck. He had a chance to maybe get a little breakaway there. It hit the netting. Is that what you thought too? I mean, if he gets that puck out, he may be off to the races.
Yeah,
huh?
the defenseman definitely would have been caught flat-footed there. If he's able to get that puck by him and move his feet, I think that leads to a great scoring chance.
The Vikings have killed off 1 minute of the power play. It's 3:46 to go. 2-2. Alpena and Cadillac in the Big North Conference opener. And that's going to be taken out of the zone. I think that's a good call. It was deflected off a Wildcat player, so that'll bring the face-off outside the zone.
Look for Levi Rowan to be a big part of this penalty kill here for Cadillac. I wouldn't be surprised to see him almost play all 5 minutes of this penalty kill if he could. I'm sure he'll have to get a blow here and there, but he'll be out there for a lot of it.
Yep, and Coach Graham will be relying on his senior there to kill this one off. Rowan has it, and he doesn't clear the zone. Konjorski made a nice play. Konjorski back to Thompson. To Konjorski. Good play there by Levi. Thompson through a maze of players. Good concentration by Noah Scott on that save.
Yeah, that really was. He had a few sticks swinging at that puck, and he was able to hold on.
He squared up to it and caught it in the old breadbasket. 3:21 to go, 3:41 in the power play. It was a boarding major to Brock Taylor of Cadillac, put us in this position. Glad you can join us on a Friday night for Cadillac Viking hockey. Derek Graham and Bill Dooley bringing you the game tonight. Now back to the action. Thompson tried to feather it through, and the Vikings will clear. Coming out of the net is McConnell, Trevor, to help out his D a little bit. They really want to get this go-ahead goal here. And they had too many men on the ice for a second there, Derek, but the referees didn't catch it.
Yeah, just a split second.
Yep.
No harm there.
All right, the Vikings get it out all the way down to McConnell. Baranier. Back to Spencer. Cross ice. I think that's Konjorski. Now to Limback. Limback in the middle. Dishes it off to Baranier. He thinks better about it. He'll peel back towards the line and then dump it into the corner. First one there is Levi Rowan. Rowan's just going to chew up some time, but that squirts loose. Back to the point. Over to number 10, McDonald, high up into the netting off the stick of Max Stebbins, so that'll stop the play and keep the faceoff deep in the zone.
Great stick.
Yeah.
Sorry, Bill, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I was going to say great stick there by Max Stebbins to get a piece of that shot and send it up into the netting.
And Max's dad, Mike, is one of the assistant coaches, along with Randy Boyke. We have Brad Mazur as an assistant coach, Les Sharp, the brain trust over there for the Vikes. There's a shot. That one is saved by Noah Scott. This one will not clear the zone. Nick Branye keeps it in. He's been solid back there tonight. Branye holding. There's a bad angle shot. Nice job by Scott to knock down that man out in front. Vikings hoping to get a little break there, and they do clear the zone. Now back to Branye, over to Hamp. Hamp just gets it over the line. It'll be an offside. Good job by the Vikings to force that play. 2-2 is our score, Cadillac and Alpena. And this is, it's going to go right down to the wire. 1:36 to go in the third period. And if they don't score, the power play will carry over into overtime. We want to thank Tassi Sider also for doing the camera work tonight. Great job by Tassi, and for Bill Barnett, our engineer, just doing everything right and helping us out here. So thank you very much, you guys. Appreciate it. That puck now is in the corner. Joey Bracken, he'll get it back to the point. Over to Spencer. He's got a little bit of a look there. It did, I don't know if it made it through or not. Now it's dumped into the corner. Tried to center it, was Bracken. There's one right between the pads of Noah, and he'll just sit on it and say, come and get it. Yeah, go ahead.
That's a scary one thrown on net there. Not really knowing where it was, but happened to be under his pads.
We've got 1 minute to go in the game. And a timeout is called by the Alpena head coach, Pete Doback. So we have 1 minute on the timeouts. That is the allotted time. What do you think the Vikings, keep doing the same thing, right?
Yeah, so far it's been a great penalty kill. I mean, other than a couple outside shots, really not a ton of scoring chances by the Wildcats.
They've been forcing them wide. They've been, the puck's been going back to the point, but there's not a clear look, so that's a good job by the penalty killers. And that's tough at the end of the game, having to kill a 5-minute major.
Yeah, especially for some of your guys that are playing more of the minutes, because they're going to be the ones out there right now, and, they're going to be a little tired, but they got to find a way to get through this and get it to overtime.
Well, what a good way for Cadillac to start their season with a good close game, get them going right off the bat in the Big North. Every point is important too. You like to get a victory on your home ice. That's the one thing about these conference games.
Yeah, it also keeps the crowd coming too if you get some wins. So it's important in all aspects.
Right. All right, Coach Graham has given the troops last-minute instructions. And Derek, who's out on the ice for the Vikings right now for the last penalty kill here?
Looks like Levi Rowan and Ryan Pendrick on defense, and Ryan Adlam and Mike Gussert on forward.
All right, and Konjorski and Bracken, Spencer, Baranye are out there for the Wildcats. Here we go with a minute to go in the game. Tied up at 2. They're going to throw the Alpena center out and bring in Lim back. Rowan holding on to that puck, coming right out in front. Nice job by the Vikings to get to it. Noah Scott with a big save there. Mark that one down. That keeps it tied up at 2. Coming over with it, Alpena, nice pass. Deflected in and scored.
Wow.
Oh, my word.
That's a real bummer there.
That's a heartbreaker there. 43 seconds to go. Alpena.
It appeared to go in off the skate of the Alpena forward there. The refs are getting together here to talk about it, but I don't know if I saw a kicking motion. I don't know about you, Bill.
I thought he may have just opened up the skate and let it deflect off, so we'll see. They're talking about that. It's going to be a big call here in the game. Now it looks like they are going to bring it up to center, so nice thing is they did discuss it because it did look like it hit the skate. Now Levi's going to get an explanation. Yeah, you can, as long as you don't kicking motion, put in the net, it's a legal goal. Timeout by Coach Graham with 43 seconds left in the game. So, boy, that's a heartbreaker right there. The Vikings have played well and had to fight off that long major penalty.
Keep in mind that because if it was a major, Cadillac is still going to be shorthanded here at the start of the play here because number 13, Zach Taylor, sorry, not Zach, but Brock Taylor, he can't leave the box until his penalty's up. So.
And Derek, what do you think on pulling the goaltender, for Coach Graham? I mean, you almost have to if you can get the puck down in their zone, right?
Yeah, it's tough to do it right here off this opening draw, but once you get it deep, I mean, whether you lose 4-2 or 3-2, I guess it really doesn't matter. So it's definitely worth it.
And if they do pull the goaltender, it's just going to bring them even. You don't have an advantage, and that's tough too.
Yeah, going back to that major, really not a good thing here for the Vikings.
All right, face off at center. The puck is put back into the Alpena zone. Right at the blue line, it's held in and then knocked out by Konjorski. Levi Rowan with a sense of urgency, and that was knocked down by Jordan Adlam. He's surrounded by Green and taken down. Noah Scott brings the puck out. And behind the play, an interference call. Looks like Nick Baranier. Good job, Bill Barnett, on catching that play behind the action. And boy, that's not what Coach Dobek wants from his players. All right, so that's going to even things up. The Vikings will play, let's see, they're going to pull their goaltender and make it a 5-on-4 situation here. Face off deep in Alpena zone, 3-2 Alpena with 24 seconds to go in the game. That puck is sent back to the point and just cleared out by Alpena. Cadillac hustling to get back in. Gabe Gisha off to Keenan Klarick. Klarick with 12 seconds to go in the game. Sends it out in front. The Vikings will not be able to keep it in, and that's going to be tough for them to get a shot on. Pendrick in the middle. Here's Levi Rowan. Saved by O'Connell, and that'll end the game. Vikings had a chance, but Alpena hangs on for dear life, and they will pull out a 3-2 victory here in Cadillac. Well, Derek, I mean, even game up and down. Big difference is that 5-minute boarding call.
Yeah, just two spirited efforts by both teams, and a power play goal there in the last minute really comes down to the deciding factor.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in just a bit with the final score. It was Alpena 3, Cadillac 2. All right, welcome back to the WEX, to the post-game show. Bill Dooley along with Derek Graham. And Derek, we have a recap on the goal scoring tonight.
Yeah, it's a 3-2 final there for the Alpena Wildcats with the win. Goals coming for Alpena, Evan Letourneau, Joey Bracken with 2 goals, including the game winner there in the last minute. And from Cadillac, goal scoring coming from Rowan, from Gishaw, and Whalen from Castillo.
Yep, the goaltender Noah Scott for Cadillac, and Trevor McConnell played a solid game for Alpena. the Vikings and Alpena were tied in shots after the second, but I have to guess that Alpena had quite a few more shots in the third period.
Yeah, between the power play they had there and kind of taking the momentum, the Cadillac there, I would agree with that.
So looking back at this game, one of the things Cadillac was having trouble with during the course of the night was the turnovers in their defensive zone. That's something that they can work on. You know, as a coach.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it started in the beginning of the game, and they never really were able to get rid of it throughout the game. So, yeah, definitely something they would want to address, I think, next week in practice.
Yep, Cadillac is going to be playing TC Central next week. That's another Big North contest, and they lose a heartbreaker here to Alpena 3-2. So, well, we want to thank Tassi Sider for running the camera tonight, and Bill Barnett for being the engineer. We want to thank Josh Sharp back at the 93.7 studios. I want to thank everybody for listening, and I want to thank Derek Graham for doing an excellent job stepping in, doing color tonight. Derek, had a lot of fun tonight with you, and look forward to our next broadcast. So once again, from the Wexon Cadillac, our final score, the Alpena Wildcats 3 and the Cadillac Vikings 2. Good night, everyone.